Good morning, and thank you for coming to the Morning Report. My name is William Lawson. Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. It is Tuesday already. Wow. And we hope that you are looking forward to a great week. We are about to hit November. It'll be November tomorrow. What? November. Wow. Thanksgiving, and then Christmas, and then New Year's, and it'll be 2024. Wow. You know the old joke, if I knew I was going to live this long, I'd have taken better care of myself. That's kind of how I feel today. But praise the Lord that I am here and I'm able to do what He would have me do. So here we go. Last week, there was a record shattering September at the southern border, but not in the way that we want. In just 1 month, officials encountered nearly 270,000 illegal immigrants, the highest number of all time. And in the fiscal year ending October 1st, almost 2.5 million encounters were logged at the border. Also, an all-time record. The previous record being set by the Biden administration last year. Neither of these stats included known or unknown gotaways, which generally numbers in the tens of thousands every month. For people who actually don't get caught or don't, get counted. Between those two latter categories, it is likely that somewhere between 500,000 and 1 million additional illegal immigrants unlawfully enter the country in fiscal year 2023. These numbers have been consistently staggering, to the point that many people's eyes may glaze over as they try to process wave after wave of astoundingly bad data, while the numbers really do tell the story. Phil Munglin of the immigration folks say this: breaking new CBP data reveals Border Patrol released over 900,000 immigrants into the U.S. in fiscal year 2023 after they were apprehended crossing illegally. So there are almost 1 million people that got caught, but were allowed to come in the country anyway. You have to tell me how this is ever okay. 900,000 people got caught and were released into the country this fiscal year, including a staggering 155,821 releases in September by itself. These numbers do not include ICE or ports of entry releases. That is absolutely staggering. For some context, 900,000 plus is a population of larger than several U.S. states, including Wyoming, Vermont, Alaska, North South Dakota. These releases also include both notice to appear and paroles. More people came in illegally than live in the state of Wyoming, or Vermont, or Alaska, or North Dakota, South Dakota. The U.S. Border Patrol arranges transfer of individuals to the appropriate entity based on the disposition and other factors such as criminal charges. The transfer to destinations below are representative of the time data was aggregated. The data does not reflect the subsequent transfer destinations after subjects leave the Border Patrol custody and are subject to change if an individual returns to U.S. Border Patrol custody during the same event. Okay, so we've got transfer destination, the humanitarian release, federal Northern Triangle repatriation flights, federal Mexican repatriation flights, and then they get sent back home. Ports of entry, okay, ports of entry, MPP, state and local law enforcement agencies, other. I love to know what other is. Uh, so we're looking at all of these transfers from October 22 to October of 22 to September 23. Um, the total Title 8 transfers are 218,000. So-called humanitarian releases in September was 155,000. Releases, just, yeah, come back when you're supposed to. Go to court when you're supposed to. It is outrageously outrageous when, and especially when these people will show up on the TV and say, no, our border is fine. Our border is just fine. Our border is secure. Our border is not secure. Our border is wide open. We only have a border in name only. It's BINO. I know that sounds racist, doesn't it? Funny. It's border in name only. If I said BINO, would that be okay? Wouldn't be nearly as funny though. It's BINO. Uh, border in name only. That's all we got. That's all we have. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Um, the eye, the eye popping 900,000 plus confirmed releases in just a completed fiscal year, spiking dramatically in the final month. Do not even represent the complete picture. Not even close. That number is merely one piece of the larger truth. Out of control is what that sums it up pretty well. Is a meaningful statement coming from the men and women literally tasked with maintaining control. We've already talked about all the various quote sanctuary jurisdictions that have been overwhelmed. California, they can't do it anymore. New York, we're a sanctuary city. Well, yeah, because until you have to be, you're a sanctuary city until you have to be. They talk a huge game, and they talk much crap about these small border towns in Texas and Arizona, and how racist they were, and white supremacists, and Chicago talk a big game because they were so far away. They didn't think that it would affect them until at least two governors, Governor Abbott and Governor DeSantis, said, "Hey, I got an idea. Let's see how much of a sanctuary city you really are. Let's put some of these folks on planes and buses and send them to you, Washington, D.C. Let's see how much of a sanctuary city you are. Let's put some of these folks on buses and drop them off in front of the vice president's house." Whew. Martha's Vineyard. 50 people show up, and they are in a humanitarian crisis. So apparently none of them could do, landscaping. I don't know why they thought there was 50 extra people on the island was somehow a humanitarian crisis. That some of the richest people in the country couldn't absorb 50 people. Incredible. It just shows. I mean, the thing that upsets us most in all of this is always the hypocrisy. It's always the hypocrisy. You know, people in New York have bused immigrants to other counties, tried to ship them to New Jersey. That's cruel and unusual punishment right there. Uh, whose pro quote sanctuary governor said, no, no. So he took them up to the Canadian border. Now, New York, the mayor of New York, Eric Adams, has offered one-way plane tickets to leave the city. A spokesman for Adams said Friday the city has set up a reticketing center, what they call it, where migrants can secure a plane ticket. The city will increase efforts to purchase tickets for migrants to help them take the steps to the next step of their journey. It helps us triage operations. For new arrivals at the Roosevelt Hotel, the spokesperson said, referring to him to a once closed hotel that was reopened as a shelter for asylum seekers earlier this year. Adams said on Thursday that New York and other major cities have taken an exorbitant amount of migrants compared to the other locations across the country. No, you haven't. These folks used to be stopped in these small border towns, and that's where they live. And that's what so they were overwhelmed. So no, you haven't taken more. You haven't taken an exorbitant amount. For context, 130,000 migrants arriving in New York over the past 2 years is less than half of the migrants who illegally crossed the border just last month. Democrats in this city can't even handle their shall we say, less than fair share. That's what they say. It's your fair share of the crisis their party has directly caused. Quite a turnabout, isn't it? Of course, he quickly pivoted from quoting the Statue of Liberty poem by buying one-way tickets out of town pretty quickly, following a similar trajectory to the state's governor when Ron DeSantis flew illegal immigrants to Martha's Vineyard. You remember, and Sacramento, Gavin Newsom, who's been busy building a quote partnership in communist China these days, suggested that actions were tantamount to kidnapping. The left-wing Los Angeles City Council accused Texas of crimes for busing migrants elsewhere. But those stupid standards, it is time to lock New York City Mayor Eric Adams up. Let's finish with this. This isn't an immigration-specific poll, but this is a reflection of Americans' assessment of the president's cumulative performance. In Gallup, Biden's approval rating dropped to 37%, a near record low. 59% of people disapprove of the job. Of independents, his approval rate is 35%. Disapproval, 61%. Wow. I don't know. What are we going to do? We're going to have to demand that Congress do something, secure the border, do their jobs, and be non-compromising about it. Be non-compromising about it. That's what we're going to have to do. Otherwise, we've got BINO, borders in names only. Is that what you want? Because that's what you have. My name is Willie Lawson. This has been the Morning Report. We'll be back with more of the morning. We'll be back tomorrow with more of the Morning Report. We won't be doing a Morning Report on Friday. Maybe not on Thursday either. A very close friend of mine passed away a couple of weeks ago, and his memorial service is Saturday in Delray Beach. And frankly, getting these out, it's been kind of tough. I knew this dude for 40 plus years, and he was very sick at the end, kind of a tortured soul, and getting through this stuff. We will. So until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, really love somebody, and we'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.
What's going on, Tampa? Jeff Dow from JD's Pressure Washing here again, and we wanted to share something really cool with you that we're going to be doing that you can be a part of. Tampa is home to 21,000 veterans. We all love our vets, and being one myself, we wanted to find a way that we could give back. So here's what we're going to do. For every 10 jobs that we do, that are $300 or more, we're gonna do one veteran home for free. Now, when I say home, we're talking house wash, driveway, sidewalks, and perimeter fence if they have one. So I need your help with exposure on this so that we can get the jobs that we need as well as the veteran homes to clean, which is gonna be a total surprise for them. We're gonna show up, knock on the door, and let them know right then and there in the moment what it is that we're gonna be doing for them. It is gonna be pretty cool. And here's a bonus offer for all of you who help us with this. We're also going to offer 15% off all cleaning that's over $300 just to say thanks. So if you could do me a huge favor, like, comment, and share this video so that we can get the word out and start cleaning homes of veterans right here in Tampa.